Dear Icalt conference participants, it's a pleasure for us to have a time slot in the agenda of the conference, and thank you very much for providing us with the possibility to make the video record. Because we are a group of bigger research group members, and here with me I have two colleagues. My name is Irina Volungavichene, and I introduce the two other colleagues. Estela.
Hello, I am Estela Dukšienė from Vytautas Magnus University, Lithuania.
Hello, I am Margarita Teresevičienė from Vytautas Magnus University, Lithuania.
And we also have Elena Trepulė from Vytautas Magnus University, who is not here with us today, but also Ulf Daniel Ehlers from Baden-Württemberg Cooperative State University in Germany. Thus, our research is based on learning spaces and places of digital and network society. But in the very beginning, I would like to show to you where we come from a very faraway country, a small country in the Baltics in Europe, Lithuania, and our university, Vytautas Magnus University, who is Artes Liberales University and a classical university structure, so that we have research, international studies, and you can visit our website to find out more about us. Our research team comes from Innovative Studies Institute, which is focusing on experimentation and piloting of innovations before applying it in university studies. One of such innovations is creating the possibilities for society members to learn online in an open and online way. So we created open studies for open society. In this way, we want to attract the digital and network society members to learn, and we offer these possibilities. And our research is very much related with this latest innovation, because we address our research on the problem which is identified by European Digital Economy and Society Index. We cited statistics from 2017 that say that 79% of Europeans go online regularly, at least once per week. 70% of European population read news online every day, and 63% use social networks. And they learn in new spaces and new places. But as research and practice says, a higher education curriculum does not change enough and fast enough to integrate the needs of digital and network society. Thus, the problem of our research is described in this slide, which says that the gap is increasing between digital and network society members and higher education curriculum, which does not change properly to meet the needs of digital and network society fast and adequately enough. Learners search for more flexible and open learning possibilities, and for digital and accessible curriculum. And in order to describe the learners, the members of digital and network society, we grounded our theoretical foundations on the researcher Manuel Castell's concept of digital and network society, and you will see it acronymed by DNS, Digital and Network Society, in our slides. And Manuel Castells testified the reorganization of human activities in relationship to the new dimension of time and space, shaped by the real-time communication introduced by digital technologies over great distances. Thus, DNS is characterized by a specific social structure, the network, which functions on the basis of network logics and is empowered by digital technologies. These theoretical considerations serve as our background for the research. I'm not going to read this slide, but just will explain to you that despite the societal concept developments, we also addressed several keywords identified by Manuel Castells, including real virtuality, a self-expanding network, timeless time, and space of flows. And if you read the article, you will identify how these dimensions are related with the empirical research that will also be presented by my colleagues. Learning as the focus word and the key word in our paper is also defined in terms of weekend boundaries among formal, non-formal, and informal learning, use of technological devices, use of social networks, increasing MOOCs potential, and also mastering of digital skills as one of the basic needs for all citizens to be developed. And now I give the word to Estella, who will start with the introduction of research questions.
Irina, and now to move from theoretical foundations to what was our research about. Here are the main research questions we address in this paper and this presentation. So what are those learning spaces and places where this open and online learning is going on? Which are those spaces and places identified by our respondents of this survey? And how do the members of this digital and network society want to learn and why? And how do they characterize this open and online learning in our surveys? What are the most important features of this open and online learning as they understand? So in spring 2018, we performed a survey, a quantitative survey with the people who speak Lithuanian. The survey was in Lithuanian language. So we addressed not only the people who live in Lithuania, but who also live abroad, but those who speak Lithuanian. And totally we reached 1,241 respondents. And there were two ways how they reached them. The biggest part was when interviewing, letting them answer the questionnaire face-to-face. And also providing them with the possibility to fill in this questionnaire online. So 1,006 adults were interviewed at home and 235 adults filled in the questionnaire online. And the distribution between men and women was rather equal, 45 and 55%. As well as the distribution among age was also similar in different age groups. The main percent was about 19, 18, 20%. Only the older population, the ones who are less than 65, were less represented in our survey, as only 8% of those who are over 65 filled in the questionnaire. And the main first answer question we addressed them with was if you use internet. And those who said that they do not use internet, they did not participate in our survey. So the total number of 1,241 was those who answered that yes, they do use internet. And of course, as the statistics shows, our representatives also indicated that they use internet rather regularly. And here you see the main idea, how do they use this internet for learning? And you see that the biggest proportion spends less than an hour a day for learning. Also, we saw the tendency that the more people are online, the biggest proportion for learning is there, and the younger people are, the biggest proportion for learning is there. So hopefully these numbers may increase later on, but our results show that 66% spent less than an hour a day learning. And what are those learning spaces and places that our respondents indicated for the open and online learning? And yes, they do connect to virtual learning environment, and they do learn in MOOCs. This was confirmed by more than 63%. And they like watching. Most of them like watching either lecture recordings, or educational films, or different YouTubes, for example, videos. They also prefer reading articles or listening to audiobooks, and a bit less, but also like participating in the forums and discussion or following the forums online. Also, we address them, what do they do in social networks? Usually people think, and this is confirmed by our representatives, that the main activities people do in social networks are for communication with the family and friends. But our focus was if they do learn within social networks. And here you can see that 24% consciously agreed that they are learning within social networks. And even the biggest parts are, or the biggest numbers are for those who say that they do learn foreign languages, or they are searching for information online, although they do not consider this as learning, but we can consider it as learning as well. Also, we saw that there are a lot of possibilities in social networks which help learning, such as search for developmental possibilities, or search for job opportunities, or search for the information about different events, which may also lead to learning. And the next question we addressed for them was, how do they want to learn, and how do they understand this learning? Why do they want to learn? And the biggest proportion of representatives confirmed that learning allows them communication and collaboration with others, and that they want to learn. These are the main reasons why do they learn online. Also, more than half of the representatives indicated that learning is a pleasure for them, or that open and online learning is a form that is acceptable for them, or their family supports them. Also, there is a large number of persons who indicated that they learn there because of their profession. And now I give the floor to Margarita to continue.
Here you can see our results of our findings on the third research questions about specific characteristics of open online learning. Respondents emphasize as important for their learning. It is related to the courses without teachers, or distance learning courses with a teacher, consultations and lectures. It's very important for learners. Also blended learning courses when students learn online and face-to-face. But the most important thing respondents think to learn open online, it is short lectures with interactive tests and assessment. Also readings in mobile devices or voice books. And the significant differences between all age groups were found, what means that the younger adults are more eager to learn online. Also, important issues when learning online is related to the possibility to choose suitable times, to learn in own pace, to reach learning material in any time. Also combine work and family. Now, a lot of things is important for members of the society, and the quite new is important is for getting digital badge synchronized with the social networks, and the young adults are more eager to have such possibility, but the more mature adults, adults more than 53 years, are not so interested in such possibility. So in this graph, we also can see significant difference between younger and older respondents. And finally, our concluding thoughts related to digital and network society, who is characterized by connections, a lot of connections, interactions, a huge amount of information, and innovative ways for sharing knowledge and skills, and possibility for society members to use digital tools for learning whatever and wherever they are. And quite often learning happens in places and spaces that were not considered as learning place before. The overall results demonstrates the needs of digital and network society for better flexibility of learning offers, as well as for better personalization of learning in terms of time and resource management. And our results and conclusions indicate the future research and future questions how higher education have to change to respond to those needs. Thank you for your attention.